I cannot believe what we're watching today. This is something that's long been overdue. Seth MacFarlane's Cavalcade of cartoon comedy is anything but. It's more like a cavalcade of crap. I don't think it's any secret that I'm not the biggest fan of Seth MacFarlane's brand of humor, if the number of Family Guy episodes that I reviewed didn't give you that hint. But today, we have something special. You see, when it comes to Family Guy, he and his crew have to answer to things like network executives and ratings and censors. But Seth MacFarlane's Cavalcade of Cartoon Comedy is a web series where you do not have to do anything of that. In fact, several of these shorts didn't even follow the YouTube terms of service. Normally, I don't tackle web animations on animated atrocities. I don't think it's very fair to criticize people in this style for things that they created out of passion, that they most likely made for themselves, probably without even a budget. This, however, isn't your typical web series. It had 3 major sponsors in its 2-year lifespan: Burger King, Nike, and Priceline.com. Made by the head of Family Guy, one of the most popular shows on television at the time. And if you wish, you can buy this on DVD or Blu-ray. Even one of those attributes would make this fair game for review, because there is no excuse for this to be as bad as it is. What we have here is a compilation of short skits of animation, anywhere from 5 seconds to 3 minutes. And you'll see that the animation style is very reminiscent of Family Guy. Like, exactly the same as Family Guy. This is because, and there's no way to convince me that this isn't the truth, this is a series of cutaway gags that were too stupid, offensive, lazy, or disgusting for Family Guy itself. Let me repeat that. This is the stuff that was not good enough to become Family Guy cutaway gags. There are around 50 different shorts. I'm going to be reviewing every single one of them. Cheers! I'd usually put a disclaimer myself on videos like this that can get kind of disturbing, but the video itself has one. Hey, I put landmines everywhere, but it's okay because I'm telling you that I put landmines everywhere. By the way, bloodshed is one word. There's also other forms of bodily waste that you did not tell the audience about, and sexual themes tend to be a separate content rating from the full nudity that is to follow. I'm stalling. Let's get into the good stuff.
Hey, how's it going?
Our first short is about the Frog Prince fairy tale, and here we see one of the recurring problems of the series. Seth is normally a great voice actor, but in this series he kinda doesn't give a shit, and most of his voices sound almost exactly like Brian Griffin. Now let's talk about the other 99% of the problems in the series.
You're still a frog.
Yeah, you also have to reach one hand under me and lightly touch the underside of my penis.
The joke here is that the Frog Prince isn't really a prince. There's an idea for a joke here, and honestly, that puts this one on a higher ranking than most of the other shorts. It could have been a deconstruction of the fairy tale. Have a princess kiss an actual frog and have the frog react accordingly. But it just gets lost in a desperate plea to be as disturbing as possible.
Hey there.
A frog prince! I'm supposed to kiss you, right?
No, actually, you're supposed to take a dump on my back.
Let me sum up this short. Ha ha ha! The Scottish accent is funny. Listen to how funny this accent is that isn't yours. Isn't it hilarious that this guy is talking about a movie in the privacy of his own home? Can we please have a joke that isn't, I don't know, completely fucking boring? No, wait. Can we please have a concept that's more than 3 words? Scottish person talks isn't funny. Oh, we are on a roll already. Hey, you know what else is funny? The bubonic plague. You know, killed like 2/3 of the Earth's population at one point. That was hilarious. The funniest season of life on Earth, I can tell you that. This joke starts out so fucking slowly, because AIDS is so funny on its own.
Hello.
Hi.
What's that you're reading?
I'm just reading this LA Times piece on campaign reform.
Oh, where are you flying to?
Hey, I'm about to blow your mind. Drop a fucking truth bomb on you. Accents are not jokes. He talks different than me. I am rolling on the floor right now. Then we have this guy having sex with a monkey. Not entirely sure, but I don't think that's how gay sex works.
Hey, listen, there's something you should know.
What's that?
I have this disease that kinda makes your immune system sorta go away.
Get the joke for this 2-minute setup? They made you think that the human was gonna get the disease from the monkey, but the monkey got the disease from the human. I'm telling you this because the punchline has all this random crap in the middle. If this gag was only the last 5 seconds, it would have gotten up to the level of your standard Family Guy cutaway gag.
Great.
Hey, thanks for not making me wear a condom.
Oh yeah, no problem.
AIDS! Laugh at it! Laugh at it! AIDS is funny, right? Wow, they actually fucking did it. They made a boring cat video. The scientific probability of this was theorized to be nil. What the fuck have you done? This could possibly break the universe as we know it. The aliens are gonna take over and we can't stop them now. cat videos were the only thing keeping the super AI distracted enough to halt the hostile alien attack on us. It's gonna be massive hysteria. Cats and dogs will be living together. Oh my fucking god, I made a Ghostbusters reference in 2016. We are all going to die now. So, this short starts with a mountain climber on a cliff taking a shit.
Uh-oh, I gotta poop.
It's the first time we get to see shit in this series, but certainly not the last. And it falls on a wedding.
We are gathered here today to ask the blessing of the Lord our God for this union of Mark and Stephanie.
You know, this would have been a lot funnier if we actually didn't see the mountain climber, and the shit inexplicably fell from the sky, like it actually was from God, considering that's apparently the joke here. Especially because the preacher was looking up towards the mountain. Any possible comedy is killed by the banter at the end going on far longer than it should have. This is a minute of a horse getting offended. Once again, this is a joke that could have worked if it didn't go on rambling for so long. It just goes on and on about nothing, and I keep wanting BoJack Horseman to appear in the corner and beat the shit out of everyone. Is that normal?
All right, me too.
Look, I'm Mike, and this is Harry.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Get it? 'Cause I don't. You may understand that I'm ranting and raving, but these things truly are horrible. You know, it's one of the things that I consider that bad. Some of the worst animated comedy that I've ever seen. So I think it's kind of appropriate. But I also know that we have like 40 of these things to go. But to prove it to you, this one is the worst of the entire lot. I know that we have like 40 of these things to go, but I'm calling it here and now. The joke is that Seth wanted to shove an animal's dick in our face for about a minute, and this is one of the longest shorts out there. Even though I'm censoring it, they show it in the actual short, and they describe it in quite the detailed fashion.
Hello?
Dad, it's Kevin. What kind of animal's penis is brown and purple, about 1.5 feet, and really veiny?
What?
Has a very strong kind of burnt-smelling odor?
Kevin, it is the middle of the night.
I actually had to watch this. The joke is more or less penis. Wow, they finally got into the 6th grade. Do you get it? It's a penis, and it's a thing. It does penis things. Are you laughing now? For the love of God, laugh. You need to reassure me that I actually have some goddamn talent. It's a fucking penis. Please laugh at it. What I'm saying is the short reeks of desperation and insecurity of one's comedic talent, relying on staples of juvenile humor that most professional comedians have long since moved past. It could be funny if the contestants were forced to be here and they didn't want to be here, but no, the joke is penis because penis. Discomfort, the characters, not the audience, is a very important part of comedy. Wile E. Coyote, with the voice of Brian Griffin, kills the Roadrunner. I'm sorry, but I have this twinge, almost knee-jerk thing, where whenever I hear Brian Griffin's voice, I go into a murderous rage and have to kill the thing closest to me. Does anyone else have this problem? So Wile E. Coyote gets a job at a restaurant, which he botches, and then he tries to commit suicide, and then he becomes religious. I really don't get the joke. Like, I don't see where the joke even is. People becoming religious isn't a joke. He felt that he didn't have purpose in his life, so he tried to commit suicide, then he became religious. Is this some clever observation that Wile E. Coyote doesn't have a point without the Roadrunner? Because anyone else who watches the show knows that. It's not some world-changing revelation. And now we get a series of shorts all about having sex with random people, objects, or animals. It's exactly as stupid as it sounds. But someone must have found it funny, or incredibly easy, because they made 3 of these fucking compilations. Seth forgets that he chose comedian as a job and shoves his impressions in our face, detached from any form of comedy whatsoever.
Hey, you're not a dead body.
No, I'm Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an honest mistake. Happens all the time.
We gotta darn done say the most obvious thing about this person and call it comedy. Please kill me. Hell is better than this. Here's the joke. Let me let you in on a little secret. This joke is so built in to the short that you probably didn't notice. Herdy-dur, it's a fucking fat person. Look, it's a fat person. Are you looking at it? Laugh. Look at the fat person. Isn't it fucking hilarious? And there are 3 shorts with this joke. Now, considering that homosexuals were killed in the medieval ages, this is an odd premise for a joke. It might be able to work if someone wanted to spend a few minutes creating a sense of misdirection. You know, have a heterosexual knight act stereotypically gay, and switch it at the end. But no. Do you know what they do here? They just wrote Brian's cousin Jasper in a suit of armor.
Fuck no!
What?
No way! That's like crazy shit you're talking right there, King. Yeah, gee, no shit, I wonder why. Oh, maybe it's because it's fucking huge and breathes all like fire and shit? Yeah, that might have something to do with it.
You know the character that everyone, especially members of the LGBT community, absolutely loathe for being nothing but an annoying stereotype? Gay is not a personality. So the joke here is that gay people are less honorable and more cowardly than straight people. I mean, the straight knight would have saved the day. So, what was the joke here? Oh, that's right, stereotypical depictions of gay people are flat out hilarious. How many more do we have to go? You know, sometimes the first idea that comes to your head is not the one that you want to go with. What the hell is the joke? Just because the sentence sounds funny for the first 2 seconds doesn't mean you can make it a full short. None of these disparaging elements elevate the joke any higher. And no, it's not surrealism, it's laziness. Actual funny comedy takes work. Getting the joke right is a hard thing to craft. Or no, you could just put random whatever on screen and call it a day. Could you imagine if, the Three Stooges followed that guide of comedy? If the unicorn was talking about cliches that you'd find in a girl's cartoon and giving a PSA about that, and subverting them somehow, then this would work. But no, he's talking about smoking pot. Something that has no association with unicorns whatsoever. I keep coming up with these new ideas right on the spot because it's that fucking easy. Maybe this is a reference to a specific PSA, but otherwise it's just nonsense.
Make sure to keep a pen and pad by your bed to write down all your thoughts. You might surprise yourself. And don't be lazy and just repeat them over and over in your head. Write them down!
And you too can make shit. This is one still image with Fred Flintstone making the same shit noises looped for an entire minute. When this happened in Family Guy, back when the censors actually, told the people no, we had Peter Griffin moving around and then farting dueling banjos. So the joke's already kind of been done. And they thought it was so funny that they needed to make it even lazier. I mean, if you played like some chainsaw sound effects or something, this might work.
Oh dear.
Wait, my mistake. This isn't a short. I must have accidentally hit the making of special feature on the DVD. You know that Seth was gonna reboot the Flintstones? That would have been nice. There's not even a Yabba Dabba Doo-Doo. Didn't think the title of this short was funny? Then you're not gonna find the short funny. Moving on. This is one of the better ones, even though it has a couple of notable problems. The main one being that it's a part of Seth MacFarlane's Cavalcade of cartoon comedy, which is on a mission to kill the concept of comedy. So after Mario saves the princess, she refuses to give him a kiss.
Ooh, you leaped a bunch of mushrooms. I'm so impressed.
Hey, yeah, I played the game, that was in it.
I did not just leap a bunch of mushrooms. There were also these turtle shell things I had to jump over, and that was really hard.
Yeah, I remember that part of the game too. Anyone else in the mood for Dorkly? You know, Dorkly. It's a web series of pixel animations, where they make video game parodies, kinda like this. Except they actually put effort into it, and they actually critique the flaws or tropes of a game.
Stay back, man! Stay back! No, go ahead. Shoot me. Oh, you see that? You see how I was able to jump on top of the bullet? You ever think bullets weren't supposed to be 4 feet tall and go 10 miles an hour? Huh?
They don't just say what actually happened in the game. Do you see this still frame image? Do you find this still frame image funny? No? Then this will be a waste of a minute of your life. You do find it funny? Great, you've gotten all the laughs you could get out of this by watching this one still frame image. Moving on, we have a lot to do today. This is a person that the writer doesn't like. We're just gonna put them on screen for a while and hope that the audience doesn't like them either. That's how celebrity satire works, right? Do you think the title is funny? No? Then this will be a waste of your life. I'm going to keep saying this a lot because that's what most of these shorts are. They're not jokes, they're titles. Of the shorts, this is probably the best, even though they used this pun in a previous short. It's absurd, but it's harmless enough, and I managed to get a laugh out of me because the joke actually connects for once. Because adult comedy begins and ends with sex, they think they can get the most mileage out of sex with random whatevers. Starting with...
Was it good for you?
Yes?
Good.
Oh, so they do find domestic abuse funny. That's good to know. So, is Gilbert Gottfried gonna be in the live-action remake of Aladdin? I'm sorry, this is just so banal, I don't have anything else to say. Hey, remember when I said that the animal penis short was the worst? I was wrong. Why the fuck are all the worst shorts exclusive to the DVD? What the hell kind of marketing sense does that make? So, what happens in this one? Quentin Tarantino comes in and starts hacking at an infant with a fucking katana, while blood is squirting and an infant is crying. What is the point here? Quentin Tarantino makes violent movie, so let's have him be violent with an infant. That's absolutely hilarious. Is it funny because he's stabbing and cutting at the dick of an infant? Honestly, everything about this makes me sick to my stomach and I can't even watch. And besides that, we have a better animated online short about Quentin Tarantino. Maybe this one would be more tolerable, but they keep playing the baby screaming sound throughout all of this thing. Like, we're supposed to find a child getting mutilated funny, but goddamn! And they have Quentin talking like anyone would give a shit about it while he's hacking at an infant. Just because this goes on for way longer than it should have, does not make it funny. And the joke that it ends on is so stupid and nonsensical that I can't even describe it. You do know that there are other cartoon characters that you could be using, right? I understand that you may have felt like you squandered your chance the last time you tried to use the Flintstones in this Cavalcade, but maybe you shouldn't have Fred Flintstone taking a shit for over a still frame for an entire fucking minute! Fred and Barney can't get into a club because they don't have any women with them. This gag is tired and done. I'm sure they were doing this when the actual Flintstones were airing. Just having Fred and Barney there, reading the lines, doesn't magically make it funny. For this to work, it would have to be characters that you never expect to be there, or characters with weird mannerisms or ways of thinking.
Hey, what the fuck is your problem, dude?
Oh, fucking ballsy. You had Fred Flintstone drop the F-bomb. Truly a master of subverting the innocence of older cartoons.
I got a better idea. Let's take a Winston break. That's it! Winston is the one filter cigarette that delivers flavor 20 times a pack.
I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I don't understand why any of these guys are freaking out. This is what they actually fucking wanted in the movie. There was no indication until the end that the Scarecrow didn't want an actual fucking brain. You know, in the actual book, the Tin Man was tin because he was cursed to hack off each of his limbs violently with an axe. I'm honestly surprised that the Scarecrow didn't get the brain of someone that Seth thought was stupid, that the Tin Man got the heart of someone that Seth thought was evil, and the spine of someone he thought was reckless. Otherwise, it's just the same joke 3 fucking times.
Can you get me back to Kansas?
No, that's going to be a tall order, but what I can do is make Oz more like Kansas. I've abolished all scientific research of any kind, instituted mandatory Bible study and church service attendance 7 days a week, forbidden the teaching of evolution in public schools, and here's a baseball bat for you to beat this gay guy.
Hi there! Well, go on, get to it. I'm not going to beat myself.
Hey, did you hear? Seth MacFarlane doesn't like conservatives. I wanted to point that out because I didn't think the short made it clear enough. Even though he writes all gay people exactly the same way using stereotypes that are tiresome, if not offensive, that have been used to demonize members of the gay community. Once again, gay is not a personality. Oh god, please don't.
Dad, today at school, my teacher said we evolved from other animals. That's not true, is it?
Of course not, Stephen. We were created by Monkey God in his monkey image.
Did you hear? Seth MacFarlane hates the strawmans of religious and conservative people. I don't even get the joke here. If people were monkeys, then their god would be a monkey. What is the joke? You know, it's actually a clever idea to have animals discuss aspects of human culture, and it's been done, well, many times before. But that's not by making them act more like humans. It's by making them act wiser than humans. This is a concept that was handed to you on a silver platter, tried and true, and you did literally nothing with it. This joke short doesn't even have a punchline. It's alright, middle of the road, decent build up to an actual punchline, nothing special.
Hey baby, sorry I'm late.
What's the matter? Does other people's anti-humor annoy you? Maybe you should take it as a memo. By the way, did you know that Why Did the Chicken Cross the Road is actually a suicide joke? Please be done already. Stupid, lowbrow, nonsensical, failure to understand even the basics of comedy.
Great show, Mr. Dillon!
Mr. Dillon, Tom Waits is here to see you.
These people talk funny. Get it? The only people entertained by funny voices are 2 years old. I'd rather be watching television static right now. Breathtaking. Cows. Cows. Fucking cows. 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 Motherfucking cows. Bad punchline. Listen to the rich brogue of the Scottish person. Listen to it. Hear its Celtic heritage dance on your eardrums and take your whimsy away. There was so much potential in this one joke that you needed a goddamn sequel to it. And why are these some of the longest? It's just a Scottish guy shouting at movies. And you know, I didn't want to say anything, but Simpsons did it.
My gal has got 2 eyes of blue and curls of brown. She always makes me smile when I am feeling down. Whenever I am with her, I just grin like a clown. 'Cause my gal's pussy is the smallest in town.
You know, you could be like Voltaire and actually clever with your songwriting.
If you wanna go on the radio, there are words you just can't say. Down in Carolina, I met a girl with an eyes. So I reached down between us and I whipped out my help me go on the radio and say the words I can. You got to sing along to make this song the dirtiest song that ain't.
Or you can do this.
She's like a beauty queen who wears a shiny crown. And anytime she sees that I am starting to frown, she's always got the thing to turn it upside down. 'Cause my gal's pussy is the smallest in town.
It sounds decent, but it doesn't actually push the envelope since this came out in 2008, and pop music itself had pretty much talked about every single aspect of even the raunchiest and dirtiest sex imaginable. Anyone else want to watch the Angry Beavers instead?
God, can you believe this guy? What
A vagina! Yeah, a vagina. From now on, beaver means vagina.
Yeah!
And that is the origin of the term.
I've never heard an asshole, beaver or otherwise, be referred to as a vagina. They've been referred to as a douchebag or a dick. Wait, you got the genitals reversed. When your comedy begins and ends with "herdy der sex," how the hell do you do that? Oh, thank God, I need one after this. Get it? She's fat. It's the beginning and ending of the joke. This is a fat person, and that's the fucking joke. I thought these people were supposed to be progressives or something. If anything, this proves that they must be all out of fat jokes, and oh, come on! It's Jesus, and they made him fat. Fat is automatically a joke now, because if it's not, there are no jokes in the short. It is literally that. Even if it's actively trying to piss people off, it's too lazy to do so. They made Jesus fat, and they did nothing else. Jesus even talks about nothing but food, because that's all fat people do, apparently. He has AIDS, get it? Wait, didn't we have AIDS as a punchline already? You know this is a web series, right? You're not obligated to keep reusing jokes and ideas to hit an episode total. By the way, aren't vampires like corpses that don't have an immune system anyway? Oh goody. I don't know what I was expecting. Give him this. It gives what it advertises, unlike this fucking series that it's a part of. Once again, I don't really know what the joke is. You know that old phrase, throw shit at the wall and see what sticks? I think they went out of their way intentionally to use the stuff that didn't stick to the wall.
So, let me get this straight. Your defense is that you shot the sheriff, but you did not shoot the deputy. Ja.
Did you even listen to the song? Or did you just watch that joke on The Simpsons? In the actual song, Bob Marley says that he shot in self-defense. I'm just saying, this makes me think that you haven't even listened to the song you're trying to make fun of, beyond the first couple of lines. But that would just be tacky.
Oh shit, look at that one. They must have spent like $5,000 on all those decorations. Hey Vishnu.
What?
Where are all the decorations for your birthday?
Isn't Christianity like the most popular religion in the United States, and Hinduism is one of the least popular mainstream religions? For observational comedy, you're not very observant. The sky is blue! I fucking blew your mind, everybody! The sky is fucking blue! Obvious jokes about Ted Nugent. If you don't like Ted Nugent, you've heard these jokes elsewhere. By the way, why would Ted Nugent need to be taught about the spirit of Christmas? Ooh, I really like this concept. Let me try. That joke was too easy, I apologize. But just because they're willing to waste their jokes on a silver platter, doesn't mean that I will. But, to be fair, they probably won't do something like that again. Grammar much? This one's stupid. A lot of laziest piece of shit, take that! This one is the laziest that I've ever seen.
I'm glad we saw National Treasure 2.
I know. It answered every single question I had after seeing National Treasure 1.
Look, I can do it. A Million Ways to Die in the West is an underrated masterpiece. I thought that Border Town was cut off way too soon. It's definitely filling a hole in primetime television. Family Guy has so been getting better recently. I think the show should have always been like this. Ted 2 is so much better than the first one. I can't wait for the next installment. You know, it's funny because it's true, right? Do you think I would have won the contest where a person who dubbed over one of these shorts would be able to buy Seth MacFarlane dinner at Burger King? I did not say that wrong. The winner of the contest got to buy Seth MacFarlane dinner at Burger King. I am so fucking sick of all of this. Even if you agree with me, it doesn't mean that you found what I said funny. If you want to do nothing but share your opinions, start writing editorials or start vlogging. You can inject your opinions into comedy, but the comedy comes first. I'm sorry, but this is one of the shorts that pissed me off the most, and this series is really pissing me off. When you have big brand sponsorships, no censorship, and no constraints whatsoever, you should be able to do more than this. There are no attempts at comedy, just bare-bones attempts to shove opinions down your people's throats, making no pretense about it.
Want to know why I joined the college Republicans? The pussy.
I hear you, bro. I'm getting 7 kinds of laid.
Okay, so guys who become Democrats are just doing it to get laid, and Republicans are able to fight their baser urges. And no, I'm not a Republican. I am getting very agitated. Like, unbelievably agitated. I don't get the reference. If the audience doesn't get the reference, then the joke should be invisible. Moving on. Hey Seth, do you want to start an internet review show? I mean, it's not that hard. You can even have the 2 ducks gimmick like you do here. You clearly want to do nothing else but spill your opinions, comedy or story be damned. It would probably be a good fit for you. This is Brian Griffin talking to Brian Griffin about a movie that Seth MacFarlane doesn't like. Making fun of Jeff Goldblum's manner of speaking. Sure you don't want to be an internet critic? End! Fucking end! We're at the home stretch here. Are you trying to say that Marie Antoinette was unfairly demonized? Like, nothing about this makes sense within the context of the reference. I mean, shit and pussy are naughty words. What does this even mean? Let them eat cake pissed everyone off already. Are you saying that everyone could have been more pissed off? What's the joke? This is one of the better ones. It's weird and stupid but inoffensive. And now we end on... Oh dear. Will it blend? Tries will it die? So the joke is, they're about to do a bunch of bad things to an innocent dog. Way to go out on a bang! Like, it holds on a while because they know you're cringing, that you're hesitating, until it explodes. By the way, Joe Cartoon beat you to the joke of animals dying horribly in kitchen utensils. If you're gonna be shocking, you have to be original. And that was all 50 episodes of Seth MacFarlane's Cavalcade of Cartoon Comedy. I know I got more angry and more abrasive than usual, but it just ticks me off in ways I don't know if I can even articulate. Any redeeming episodes in this were lost in a sea of utter tedious bullshit. If this was a Family Guy episode, I wouldn't call it the worst. Screams in Silence still takes that cake, but it's in the top 3 definitely. That is sad. As I keep saying, they had no constraints. They could have done whatever they wanted. And it's really bad when you prove that more executive control can sometimes be a good thing. The 2 that I found decent don't come close to canceling out the ones that I found absolutely reprehensible. We have jokes that aren't funny, jokes that don't make sense, jokes that don't exist, unnecessary references, unnecessary gross out, lazy comedy, lazy animation, and a fucking waste of time determined to insult its audience in any way possible, sometimes directly and intentionally. All done worse than web series designed by beginners that didn't have anywhere near the commercial backing. I cannot think of this as anything other than the cutaway gags that were too stupid for Family Guy, and Fox forced them to be cut before Fox stopped demanding that they get cut. Normally, I'm all for creators getting more creative control, but it's clear to me that the only reason the Family Guy was ever good is because somebody would tell them no back at the beginning. After they were revived, they could do whatever they wanted because they knew that they'd get revived again. And so they did whatever they wanted, and so Family Guy went down the toilet. On the internet, people people try unusual styles of animation or tell difficult stories, something that corporate executives wouldn't allow. And they give animation to projects that they don't think have a specific known or popular audience. When these people don't have to answer to anything, we get Quentin Tarantino stabbing an infant with a katana, dogs thrown into the microwave, and other things that should have been left on the cutting room floor. Maybe that's what this is. Seth MacFarlane's cutting room floor. It's a cavalcade of crap! 50 episodes of crap! And it's easy. I don't normally say this, but it's easy. It's almost as easy as repeating the same shit sounds over an image that someone else drew of a cartoon character that you didn't design. Want an example? A guy is minding his own business when Smokey the Bear comes in and beats him up. The guy wants to know why. Smokey the Bear told him that there was a forest fire in Arizona. The guy tells him that he's never been to Arizona. Smokey the Bear says he knows. That's the problem. He told the guy that only you could stop forest fires. This is... I don't even have a word for it anymore. It hasn't been offensive in 20 years. It hasn't been stupid in 10. The best word is it's tired. I'm tired of it. We're all tired of this. It's been the same fucking shtick ever since Steve and Larry, refusing to grow up and build on itself because it thinks that it's a gift to the animation world.